The science of happiness is a field of study that explores the factors that contribute to a happy and meaningful life. Researchers have identified several factors that contribute to happiness, including strong social ties, contributing to something bigger than oneself, healthy life expectancy, trust, tolerance, community, and freedom. Some science-backed suggestions to increase happiness in daily life are: make sure you're meeting your basic needs. Your mood gets directly affected by factors like sleep and food. To give your brain the foundation it needs to feel happy, you need to be fed and well-rested. Next, engaging in creative activities can help you feel more positive emotions and reduce stress. Pursuing hobbies, such as art, music, cooking, or reading, was found to be universally important for happiness. Focus on problem solving, not just venting. Another key to finding happiness is pursuing activities that give you a sense of meaning and purpose can help you feel more fulfilled and satisfied with life. Ever wondered why a toddler's laughter is so infectious? It's the purest form of happiness. Welcome to an exploration of joy, delight, and contentment. You see, happiness is a universal pursuit. It's that elusive treasure we're all hunting, and while it may look different from person to person, it remains a shared goal. Some find it in the rustling leaves of an old book, others find it in the adrenaline rush of a roller coaster ride. Yet despite its subjective nature, it's a common thread that binds us. But what exactly is happiness? Well, it's not just an emotion, it's far more intricate and complex. It's a cocktail of feelings, an amalgamation of joy, satisfaction, and positivity. It's the warm glow you feel when you're with loved ones, the thrill of a new adventure, the quiet peace of a tranquil morning. From a psychological perspective, happiness is a state of mind. It's an attitude, a way of looking at the world. It's about focusing on the positive, appreciating the small things, and embracing life's ups and downs. It's not about being ecstatic all the time, but about finding balance and contentment. Now, if we put on our neuroscience hats, happiness takes on another dimension. It's a dance of chemicals in the brain. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins play a pivotal role in creating that feeling of happiness. These are the body's natural feel-good chemicals, and when they're released, we experience that familiar sense of joy and well-being. But here's a fascinating twist. The brain doesn't differentiate between different kinds of happiness. The thrill of a roller coaster ride, the contentment of a good book, the joy of a child's laughter, they all trigger the same chemical response. It's like the brain's universal language of happiness. So while we all chase happiness, it's essential to understand what it truly means to our brains. It's not just about the destination, but the journey. It's about finding joy in the everyday, embracing life's little moments, and understanding that happiness is not a one-size-fits-all. And that's the beauty of it. So, let's keep chasing, exploring, and embracing happiness in all its forms. You've probably heard money can't buy happiness, but is that the whole truth? Well, it's time to debunk some common misconceptions about happiness. We often think that the path to happiness is paved with wealth, fame, and success. We see celebrities on our screens, millionaires in their mega mansions, and high-powered executives, and believe they must be the happiest people on the planet. But is that really the case? Recent research tells us a different story. While wealth can provide comfort and security, it does not guarantee happiness. Studies show that once basic needs are met, additional income does little to boost our sense of well-being. So, while it might be nice to have a private jet and a penthouse, they won't necessarily make you happier. And what about fame? Being in the limelight might seem glamorous, but it comes with its own set of challenges. Constant scrutiny and pressure can take a toll on mental health, and the novelty of fame often fades quickly. So, despite what the glossy magazines might suggest, fame isn't a fast track to happiness either. Then there's the belief that achieving success, whether in your career or personal life, will bring you joy. But success is a tricky concept. It's often tied to societal expectations and can lead us to chase goals that don't truly fulfill us. Instead, research suggests that happiness comes from pursuing meaningful activities, not just those that promise success. So if wealth, fame, and success don't guarantee happiness, what does? Well, it turns out happiness is more about perspective and less about circumstances. It's about savoring the small moments, nurturing relationships, and engaging in activities that bring us joy and purpose. So next time you see a millionaire, remember happiness isn't about the size of your bank account, but the richness of your experiences. So if money isn't the key to happiness, what is? The answer lies in our brain. Let's dive into the fascinating world of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers of our brain. Two of these, dopamine and serotonin, play a significant role in our experience of happiness. Dopamine, often known as the reward chemical, is released when we achieve a goal or experience something pleasurable. It's that feeling of satisfaction you get when you finish a tough workout or solve a difficult puzzle. Then we have serotonin, the mood stabilizer. It helps regulate our mood, sleep, appetite, and even cognitive functions like memory and learning. Low levels of serotonin are linked with depression, while an increase can lead to a more stable and positive mood. But here's the exciting part. We can naturally boost these happy hormones through simple activities. Exercise, for instance, is a fantastic way to increase dopamine. It doesn't have to be anything extreme. A brisk walk or a fun dance session can do the trick. The key is to find a physical activity you enjoy. Meditation is another powerful tool. Studies show that regular mindfulness practice can increase serotonin levels, leading to a more positive mood and better stress management. With just 10 minutes a day, you can start to see the benefits. Lastly, let's talk about food, specifically chocolate. Yes, you heard it right. Chocolate, particularly dark chocolate, contains phenylethylamine, which can boost endorphins and serotonin in the brain. That's why you might feel a little happier after indulging in a piece or two. But remember, it's all about balance. Too much of a good thing can swing the pendulum the other way. Regular exercise, mindful eating, and a little bit of self-care can go a long way in keeping our happy hormones at optimal levels. So, no, you're not just imagining it. That chocolate bar really did make you happier. So, how can you get more of these happy hormones? Here are some scientifically backed tips. Let's kick things off with the social component. We are by nature social animals. Maintaining close relationships and social connections can work wonders for your happiness. You see, when we engage in social activities, our brains release oxytocin, often known as the bonding hormone. This little chemical is responsible for that warm, fuzzy feeling we get when we spend time with our loved ones. So, make it a point to catch up with friends, call your family, or even strike up a conversation with a stranger. Your brain will thank you for it. Next up, have you ever tried practicing gratitude? It might sound like a self-help buzzword, but there's some solid science behind it. When we express gratitude, our brain releases dopamine and serotonin, two critical neurotransmitters responsible for our feelings of happiness and well-being. This doesn't mean you need to start a detailed gratitude journal. Simple acts like saying thank you more often, appreciating a beautiful sunset, or even acknowledging a good cup of coffee can go a long way in boosting your happiness. And let's not forget about hobbies. Whether it's painting, gardening, cooking, or even just reading a good book, hobbies provide a sense of accomplishment and purpose. They stimulate the brain's reward centers, leading to a surge of endorphins, the body's natural mood lifters. Plus, immersing yourself in a hobby you love can provide a much-needed break from everyday stresses. But here's the kicker. While these activities can certainly help boost your happiness, it's important to remember that happiness isn't a constant state. It ebbs and flows, just like the tides. There will be moments of joy and moments of sorrow, and that's perfectly okay. It's part of the human experience. Remember, happiness is not a destination but a journey, so find joy in the small things and keep your brain happy. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe to BrainCraft.